Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Two news stories. Firstly, first official response from Ethiopian government to international regional criticism of its MoU with Somaliland. More than a week ago, Ethiopia signed the MoU, which is about Ethiopia gaining access to the sea through Somaliland and maybe recognition of Somaliland as a country by Ethiopia. Since then, we have been seeing statements. Ethiopia remained largely silent, though it issued one statement after the signing of MoU. But this message, which was released last night, a few hours ago rather, is particularly in response to criticism. What is Ethiopian position? How will it withstand international regional pressure? Or will it withdraw from this MoU? Secondly, a statement, a message rather, from Somalia's deputy prime minister. Somalia's deputy prime minister, through a social media message, ridiculed Ethiopian prime minister and Ethiopian government. What did he say? Firstly, since the signing of MoU between Ethiopia and Somaliland, we've been seeing statements from all major international and regional players. UN Secretary General talked to Hassan Sheikh, Somalia's president, yesterday. EU foreign policy chief talked to Hassan Sheikh as well on phone. Hassan Sheikh talked to Yoweri Museveni, Ugandan president, Erdogan of Turkey, Sisi of Egypt, and Hassan Sheikh then visited Eritrea as well. And we have seen statements from Saudi Arabia, IGAD, African Union, OIC, Arab League, Djibouti, Kenya, Sudan, and several other countries and platforms. Almost all of them, China spoke as well last night. Chinese foreign ministry spokesperson backed Somalia territorial integrity and so on. Almost all the countries and entities supported Somalia's territorial integrity and sovereignty. Some criticized Ethiopia's Somaliland MoU, some did not, but all showed support for Somalia territorial integrity and sovereignty. Will all these powers stand with Somalia to protect Somalia's territorial integrity and sovereignty, or will they just restrict themselves to the issuance of statements only? That will be clear in future, in coming weeks and months. Ethiopia are watching all the developments closely. Indirectly, Ethiopia has been criticized. It is being warned by US also spoke. So now, first official response from Ethiopia through Ridwan Hussein. Ridwan Hussein is National Security Advisor, and he is, I think, one of top men in Ethiopia. I believe that he is among top 5 most influential men in Ethiopia. After Abiy, perhaps he is one of the top 5 who are the most influential people in Ethiopia. He's the one who negotiated Pretoria deal. He led the Ethiopian government delegation in South Africa. And he's the one who led talks with the Oromo Liberation Army. And he always accompanies Ethiopian Prime Minister whenever PM Abiy travels abroad. And it is Ridwan who 3 to 4 days ago broke the news of the location of Ethiopian naval base in Somaliland. In an interview given to Ethiopian state media, he mentioned the name of the place, Lohaya in Avdar. And a few hours ago, he responded to international criticism. So what Ridwan is saying is not his personal opinion. He's top man in Ethiopia. So what he's saying is official Ethiopian government's policy. What did he say? He said, when we built GERD, we were not applauded. Almost quote unquote. I'm sharing with you his words. We were threatened, we were intimidated from near and far, we were pressurized, we withstood the pressure, and we achieved our objective. Same will happen now. We'll achieve our objective of gaining access to the sea. Let's analyze Ridwan's words. Firstly, he is confirming that Ethiopia is under pressure. Regionally, internationally, pressure is being exerted on Ethiopia to withdraw from the deal. A confirmation. Secondly, Ridwan is showing the resolve of Ethiopian government. That government is not going to back down. It is committed to the deal. Somaliland may be more committed because Somaliland is seeing a real chance of its recognition by a country for which it has been fighting for decades. So no signs of Somaliland withdrawing either. Ridwan has summed up Ethiopian government position that when construction of GERD started, Egypt lobbied, Sudan lobbied, and Ethiopia was isolated. Talks were held, but no financial institutions granted any loans to Ethiopia for GERD. Somehow Ethiopia managed to build GERD. Same will happen now, that Ethiopia will gain access to the sea. I think I'll compare the GERD and the Ethiopian desire to gain access to the sea in some separate videos. But this is now official Ethiopian government position that Ethiopia is not going to withdraw, no matter what happens. Secondly, Somalia's deputy prime minister a few hours ago posted a message, a social media message addressed to Ethiopian Prime Minister PM Abiy. I've been saying, by the way, that Somalia's ministers, government officials should be restrained in their talk. They should be responsible in their talk because their remarks are fueling the conflict. Yes, they have every right if they want to stop Ethiopia. But at least they should ensure that people to people contacts are not disturbed and people on both sides of the border do not become a victim of hate and provocation. Salah Jama is the name of the deputy prime minister. He has shared an advice to the prime minister of Ethiopia. What did he say? He said, my advice to PM Abiy and the like-minded people who think like PM Abiy in Ethiopia. He says that Ethiopia should wait for some time. How much? Around 5 million years. Because after 5 million years, a geological rift will occur. And East African countries will drift away from the continent. Maybe then Ethiopia will have access to sea because the land-sea connection will be reconfigured after this geological rift. I think maybe he was referring to a theory put forward by some geologist. So, till the happening of next geological rift, Ethiopia should wait. Meanwhile, he says, meanwhile, we are happy, we are content with our sea and land. And Ethiopia should be content with its highlands and lakes as well. Obviously, he was pulling the leg of Ethiopian Prime Minister, ridiculing Ethiopian PM. We have seen this type of talk during the war as well between Tigray and Eritrea, and I always opposed this type of talk. I said that Government officials should be very careful. Such messages are shared by activists, by people who are not in good positions, in responsible positions. So government officials should know how to express their views diplomatically. They should learn the art of expressing their views in a diplomatic, responsible manner. Ridiculing the other side is not going to solve the problem. How will PM Abiy's support respond to this type of message from Somalia's deputy prime minister? Obviously, they'll criticize Somalia. They'll say, and they're already saying, but not. Ethiopian government officials are not ridiculing Somalia. Some pro Ethiopian government activists are definitely ridiculing Somalia. They say Somalia should be worried about its own security. It should know how to counter Al Shabaab. It's a fractured, fragmented country. It is a ragtag militia. It has no army. These words are coming from activists, from journalists, not from Ethiopian government officials. I'll report if any Ethiopian government official provokes Somalia by resorting to strong language, I'll report that, but it has not happened so far. Somalia's government officials, politicians, one after the other, are using provocative language against Ethiopia. Maybe because they are hurt, they feel that Ethiopia is trying to annex their land. So frustrated, disgruntled, they are expressing themselves. But maybe since they are government officials, ministers, they should know how to express their views in an acceptable and responsible manner. But the statement of Salajamo indicates the level of tension, the intensity of tension between Ethiopia and Somalia. Thank you for watching.